Welcome to this tutorial on completing the institutional processing form in Cayuse SP. The institutional processing form, or the IPF, replaces the legacy MSU routing form previously uploaded to Cayuse 424 as a PDF. In addition, the routing, certification and approval process will now take place exclusively in Cayuse SP. To begin, navigate to the Cayuse Research Suite URL. You will find this on the Office of Sponsored Programs homepage. Enter your University NetID credentials to access the Research Suite. Next, click on the Cayuse SP hyperlink. At the top of the screen, below the green Cayuse SP logo, you will see a menu bar. Click on the My Dashboard menu item. From the drop-down list, select Start New Proposal. Note: at the top of each section of the institutional processing form, you will find high-level instructions. Most of the sections of the IPF are self-explanatory. Red asterisks indicate required fields throughout the IPF form. However, we do ask that you complete the non-required fields as they provide important additional information to OSP and your departmental reviewer. To begin the general information section of the IPF, select the sponsor by clicking in the sponsor field and typing in the sponsor name or abbreviated name. If you can't find the sponsor, type and select Not Found. Please notify your sponsored program's pre-award officer that the sponsor is not listed in Cayuse SP. If MSU is a subcontractor, include the primary source of funding in the primary sponsor field. For example, if MSU will be included on the proposal as a subcontractor and the lead institution is Ohio State University, who will submit directly to the NIH, select NIH as the primary sponsor. Each investigator must select their home department in the admin unit field. The lead principal investigator must be listed as the primary administrative contact. Next, enter in the short title of your project. Please use the following recommended format: lead principal investigator, followed by primary sponsor and sponsor, followed by program, and short title. Moving on, enter the project start date and project end date. You may manually enter in these dates, or you may use the Cayuse SP calendar to select your start and end dates. Scroll through the years as shown and select the project start and end dates. Please note that you will enter the entire period of performance. For example, on a 5-year grant, enter in the full 5-year project period. Next, you will select the activity type, proposal type, and instrument type from the drop-down lists. The following two fields are not required, although again, they provide useful information to OSP and the approvers of your proposal. If your proposal is in affiliation with a university center or institute, you will have an opportunity to select the affiliated university center or institute by clicking on the hyperlink. In the following field, enter in the sponsor deadline date and time that is listed on the proposal RFP. Next, enter in the long title of your proposal. Please note that at any time, you may revise any section of the IPF prior to routing your proposal. For example, if your title or budget changes, you may enter in the revised information and click the Save button at the bottom of those particular sections of the IPF. In the next section of the IPF, you will provide key personnel information about your project. Starting with the lead principal investigator, type in the last name of each key person on your project in the pop-up box, click Enter on your keyboard, and select the key person. Use the autofill feature to add each key person. Information to include the key person's home department will autofill. Next, select the individual's role on the project. Note: Cayuse provides definitions in the header for entering key personnel. These definitions are unique to Cayuse SP. For example, for co-investigator, select principal investigator. For other senior personnel, select investigator. Please approximate average person months per year, sponsor effort and cost shared effort, if applicable, in the effort fields as shown. Leave the allocation of credit field blank. Click the Save Personnel button. You may enter as many additional key personnel as necessary. Next, we'll advance to the budget section of the IPF. This section includes information about your budget and any additional resources you may need to carry out your project. Note: Cayuse SP allows you to link a detailed Cayuse 424 budget to the IPF. That process is described in a separate Cayuse SP guide located on OSP's website. In this tutorial, we will demonstrate how to enter only non-detailed summary budget information into Cayuse SP. To begin, select Summary from the drop-down menu. Next, select 1 for number of budget periods. For reporting purposes, the current budget period must match the entire project period, as shown. In the free text field below, you are provided an opportunity to include comments about your budget. Next, you will be required to answer the cost-sharing question. In this high-level tutorial, we will answer no to the cost-sharing section. However, if cost sharing or matching is required, select yes. A separate cost-sharing section will populate. This section requires more detailed information about the nature of the cost-sharing commitment and the unit or department that is committing to the cost share. A separate video on entering cost share in Cayuse SP will be posted to OSP's training environment. Moving on, select the indirect cost rate by clicking in the F&A8 box. If the indirect cost rate isn't listed, or for example, the sponsor requires an alternative rate, enter the sponsor-mandated indirect cost rate by clicking on the Change Rate button and manually entering in the alternative rate. To complete the budget section of the IPF, enter total direct costs for the entire project period. Uncheck the Use Calculated Values checkbox and enter in the total indirect costs for the entire project period. If you anticipate the use of additional university resources such as space, equipment, or other resources not budgeted on your project, you will be able to identify those resources in this section. Click Save to complete this section. The remainder of the IPF is largely self-explanatory. If you have questions, please email OSP's main email address. When you are done completing each section of the IPF, you are ready to submit your proposal for routing. Note: prior to routing, you will have an opportunity to add additional approving units. Authorize the approver unit list. Prior to routing. To begin routing your proposal for certification and approval, click on the Submit for Routing button. Submit the proposal for routing by clicking Yes. The proposal now requires the lead principal investigator and other key personnel to certify the proposal. Click on the PI certification inbox. Select the proposal that requires your certification. Click on the Certify Proposal button to certify your proposal. You may add any additional comments here that you feel may be useful to unit or departmental approvers. Once the lead principal investigator provides certification for the proposal, additional key personnel will receive an automated email notification to also certify the proposal. When all key personnel have certified, the proposal is ready for departmental unit approval. This completes our short tutorial. Thank you for viewing this video. We welcome any and all feedback. Again, please contact OSP with any questions you may have, or if you need additional help,